So yesterday we had a bit of a look through the markets, but tonight we're going to go for a look at that. No, thank you. No, I don't care. I don't smoke. No. Oh, now she's shy. Hey, so that's all we need to do. Keep the vendors away. Just put a camera on them. Hey, so yesterday we had a bit of a look through. I don't know, Ben Tan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a bloody big market here in the middle of Ho Chi Minh, and it's fascinating. There's lots of souvenirs and knickknacks and bits and pieces. But today, Fee really wanted to go and try some street food, so we're going to go back in the markets and we're going to have a look at some of the food that they've got. Ready to go? Let's do it. You see lots of little vendors with street carts and little footpath cookers and stuff like that. And you also got to be bloody careful how you cross the road. I'll tell you one thing, in Bali, if you're walking across the road and you put your hand up, just about everyone will stop. Just about everyone will stop. But here,
no magic hand. No magic hand.
So if you want to try, even across the pedestrian crossing, they don't care. They're just going to keep going. Oh. So I'm going to wait. Ready? There's a Porsche. Here we go. Right. Right. I'll tell you what, you get used to one thing, you find it doesn't work anywhere else. You can get yourself unstuck pretty quickly. Here we go. So these are some of those little carts. Look at these beautiful flowers.
Have a very nice flower.
Beautiful flowers. Lots of fresh fruit too. Lots and lots of fresh fruit. And I don't know what these are. Sticky rice. Oh.
Very colorful.
Very colourful. Look, it's been raining all day today. July is the beginning of their wet season, and so just happens to be the same day we took a boat out up the Mekong Delta, and the second half of the day just got rained out, but we had a ball. Bought a $1 raincoat and off we were like that.
Sorry if in the vlog I'm not too exciting, it's because I'm not feeling well.
Yeah, Fee's got a bit of a head cold today, so she's a little bit off colour, but she's coming out. It's fairly early still. We're going to go out and have a bit of food before they start showing out. There's a huge amount of stalls here. Don't know what we're eating. Banh mi. Lots and lots of fruit. Coconut. Fruit juice. Coffee. But I tell you what, between the smell of durian and the smell of fresh coffee, it's quite confusing. Because durian, this one here, that's one of the smelliest foods in the world, and it actually, there's signs in the hotel saying no durian in this hotel. Same on buses and trains and stuff, they often won't let you bring durian.
Smell like hell, but the taste is like heaven.
Yeah, I think it was Edgar Allan Poe, or one of the famous poets, turned around and described it as like eating creamy custard in a toilet. That makes sense. So we got different soups. There's a nice rolling pin. Banh mi, lots of dried fruits. A variety of food. It's quite amazing.
They're having like a
wonton noodle. Tom yum.
barbecue, bingo, bingo. Chúng ta đi madam.
Tom, tom yum.
Tom yum.
To yum.
Her again.
Bánh cuốn hả?
You're eating it, not me.
Đây có đây bác.
Mang về
Dạ mấy phần bác.
một cho con
Dạ.
như thịt ra.
Dạ. Bánh cuốn mang về đây.
Beef noodle soup, grilled meat, vermicelli and sour crab, snail, beef noodle and po bowl, fermented thick Vietnamese vermicelli soup,
I want to try the.
blood soup. Oh,
I want to try the pork belly.
pork belly.
Crispy one.
Oh, really? Where?
Đến đây đấy ơi.
Look at this. I don't know what that is.
And I got this one pork or raw pork. Raw box that one. You look maybe. You show me the picture. You show me the picture. I know.
Crispy pork belly.
I got
Where? How much the price?
fried with you know this one with fried 120,000.
120. $12. You wanna try?
What is it?
A pork belly. Crispy pork belly.
Pork belly. Now I know. Pork belly. Okay.
You want hand? No?
No,
No?
no, not really.
I have many different.
So my selection tonight is a banh mi, barbecue pork with bread. And Fee's having, what are you having?
Back to her.
A beef soup,
Noodles.
beef noodles, like this one. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Hungry? So it looks yummy. And it's pretty much a pork and coriander bun with some lettuce and stuff in it. Very nice. This is Fee wants. Waiting for the spicy stuff.
So it can be reduce the beefy flavor. And this one is I love it. You want some, Han?
No.
Why is so fast, Anthony?
Nào của bà Tâm chấm nè.
Okay. Let's eat it.
So, just to give you an idea of the price, I'm paying about $3 for my pork bun, and it's alright. It's not quite as nice as the picture. It doesn't have any of the creamy stuff or the carrots and stuff. A little lettuce, a lot of carrot, coriander, and some and I think it's like a pork sausage or a pork meat rather than actual roast pork, but that's alright. For $3, it's nice. The bread's beautiful, and Fee's now she's up the temperature a little bit with the chili. She's loving it. That'll clear her nostrils up, and hers was about $5. So gives you a bit of an idea what you sort of spend on street corner or in the markets here. lots of lovely smells. And man, look, everything's fresh and everything looks pretty clean.
They cook the
Cooked right here in front of you. And all very busy. All sorts of different things. Prawns and Vietnamese sausage and crayfish and bustling with activity. I've decided I've got to film this shit because I laugh at what happens when people come to Bali all the time. I don't know who, maybe people just recognise me or when I'm in Bali, but I don't get bothered by the itinerants. When you walk through the markets here, holy shit, they're all over you and they're all trying really, really hard to bargain. They start at like 1.5 million dong, which is, it's still 120 bucks or something. I don't know, I'm generalising. And then they'll come down to like 40 bucks. So we're going through beautiful big markets. Some nice sunglasses. Plenty of watches. Don't wear a watch. Don't need one. I live in Bali. So I'm actually after a little cheap flight bag because we'll always buy some new stuff. And I tell you what, it's interesting getting mobbed at the markets by the locals. So I thought I'll see if we can show it to you.
Just for you. This stuff for you, sir.
No, thank you.
Sure.
No. No, thank you. Here it goes. Honey, look.
Yes. Can go.
That's a nice one, look. Feel that.
And this one two design.
Cái này chỉ có màu gì vậy?
Em lấy size L cho đủ màu. Two design. You want this design or this design? I have many colors.
The fabric is cotton.
That's right.
This is polyester.
No, you want cotton, not polyester.
This is cotton. Polyester.
cotton.
This one, Darlene. Thank you very much, Darlene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You want 10 off? Huh?
No, thank you.
How about this dress for you?
Có em chị, what are you, sir? Salad, bell, sir, come in, you see, sir. Sunglass, sir.
No, thank you.
Oh, sick. Madam, discount? How much for discount?
I cheap price rồi chứ không được cái chứ là big size à.
This size in this color? She was, but she was still smiling. Look, 20 bucks a pair. Probably people say, oh, what are you doing? Support local economy.
Coffee, sir.
No, thank you.
How are you?
Let's get out of here.
What?
So let's get out of here. So we've got about an hour before our tour guide is going to pick us up, take us for a little bit of a look around the city before we leave to fly up to Hanoi. And this beautiful little bistro downstairs from our hotel. And I bought this little bowl of string out. And it's weird. Very stringy, very pleasantly chewy. But it turns out it's cheese. It's quite a strong cheese, like a Parmesan. Very fibrous and quite tough. Bloody nice though, I tell ya. Look, so far from what we've seen, and we looked through top 10 places to visit in Saigon or Ho Chi Minh, and wow, the more you chew that, the more smoky, the more stronger the flavour becomes. Beautiful. And we've seen most of them. There's a couple of little places we haven't seen, so we're going to do that on the way to the airport. We've got a few hours to kill before we get to the airport. I really like this cafe culture. And if you order a coffee, they'll bring you a cup of tea, like repeatedly. So they'll fill your iced tea up. And the coffee's so strong, like you're bouncing off the ceiling for a day. We have the same sort of culture with the beers. This was Edelweiss beer, and it's buy one get one free. Tell you what's that? No, thank you. That's not a bad beer either. Not a bad beer. A little bit crafty, not too strong, pungent. But it's hey, listen, it's been an incredible few days. Really nice to be able to sit back and relax. We've been busy running around his feet. Honestly, she thought it was calamari. But the more you chew it, the stronger the cheese flavour it gets. And it's the smoky.
Yeah, for your information, I'm not playing Candy Crush, yeah.
So there you go. But it's been awesome. Just to, you know, we spend so much time doing so many things and helping people and building houses and all the stuff that you've been following for the last 6 to 12 months. It's really, really nice, and it's really super important just to stop and take a few minutes out just to appreciate some of the efforts of our labour. And to define what I've seen so far of Hanoi, of Ho Chi Minh, of Vietnam, very, very friendly people. Probably the biggest plus is nearly everyone speaks very good or passable English. The traffic is pretty hectic, but no worse than Bali. Except in Bali, if you just put your hand up like that, the traffic will stop and they laugh at you. He's just saying, "Go straight for you. Let's get out of my way, or you're going to get run over." So you do have to be a little bit more careful when crossing the street around here, because it's they don't even tend to look at pedestrian crossings. They just keep barreling ahead. But it's a nice groovy casual culture where everyone's sitting around on a footpath drinking beer and eating coffee and iced tea at the same time. And there's little tiny street food stalls and whatnot. The big markets, the touristy market, it's a lot like most places in Bali. Lots of the same old stuff. And the prices I found were probably a little bit hefty compared to what you'll spend in Bali. So you can still get t-shirts in Bali for a good price. How much were those shirts for Jonathan?
Like around 70.
So it's about $5.
Same like.
Yeah, so the cheaper stuff you can get for about $5 or $6, $8 or something a shirt. Just like Bali, there's lots of people begging or trying to clean your shoes. I don't think anyone in Bali wears shoes, so they don't even bother over there. they could have a thong or a slipper wash, but
But they're too aggressive, they're touching you.
yeah, they're a little bit in your face. Look, it's a much cleaner city. It doesn't have as many stinky smells and open drains and stuff here. They do have scooters parked on a footpath, and it's quite inconvenient because you've got to get off and walk around a road, especially if you've got a suitcase and you're trying to wheel up the street. It's a much bigger, much more developed city. You've got a city of close to 10 million people compared to the whole of Bali, which is about 4.5 million people. So they've got a massive American influence here from the police action, the conflict that happened back in the 70s. So, but the travel agencies and the tour hotels and the booking agents are just much more refined and much more established and more set up. So it's a whole different experience. And I'll tell you what, for the different places I've been to in Southeast Asia, this is a really good difference because it's nothing like what I've been living in Bali, and it's a lot different to sort of mainland China and other places I've been as well. A lovely place to come for a change, and a lovely place to come for a honeymoon. So here we go. He's got some, what's that? Crispy pork.
It's not crispy.
Wow, it's pork. There's plenty of chilies there, and I'm just going to stick to my
Yes.
with my string. I'm going to have a piece of string. It sort of tastes a bit like a Dutch smoked cheese, which I love. And the more you chew it, the more flavour it seems to release. I don't know. Put in the comments if you know anything about this cheese. A really strong French influence. I'd be surprised if it's not French in origin. But bloody beautiful. Well, you might find it hard to believe, but it's time for my free beer. So let's go. Get me guy and tell him to bring it over. Hey, see you soon.